Good morning. So yes, I'm heading to the gym. It's actually super early. I'm not actually going. I have no physical therapy. Besides, it's like noon. I had to make sure everything was packed and ready. It's 11:27. Someone commented on a TikTok video. Can I get to the thing because I'm disconnecting from the Wi-Fi and I'm not quite on? Oh, it's about the skinny jeans post anyways. Kind of an antiquated post at this point. But the Olympics is on today. The opening ceremony at least. Don't necessarily watch every post. I certainly don't watch every sport, but just gotta watch at least the opening ceremonies. It's sensational. But yeah, dude's here fixing a lot of the mailboxes. It's like a whole column open. Wonder if that's why we had a mail thing, mail notification. I'll check when I get home. I didn't want to like open up the mailbox while he's doing something. I am expecting things in the mail. 2 things. I ordered a wafer things. What are they? Let's see, one, oh God, one's from England, but it's NFL Europe. What's the other one? I forgot. So last night I thought it was gonna rain today, like horribly. It's not. Why is it not? Because when I checked last night when I was laying in bed, what's the weather gonna be like? And I got up on Google and I clicked tomorrow. It was already 12:30 at night. So when I clicked tomorrow, I was checking Saturday's weather. And I was like, huh, looks like it's gonna rain in the evening. So when I checked today's weather to see when it was going to start raining, I realized, oh, it's not going to be raining at all. In fact, it's going to get a little bit sunnier as the day goes on. This seems strange. I thought I remember. Oh. So, yeah, that's fun. Legs are feeling a little bit sore today. Things are fun. I have my backpack just like shit something out. So the very, very low pocket actually creates a pocket at the bottom of the backpack. The outside pocket is also on the inside, and if I don't zip it up, it's like a sagging diaper. I gotta fix this, it looks so stupid. Because that pocket for that zipper is basically inverted. I mean, it does technically allow for more room in the center console, in the center area, but it looks like a toddler just decided, oh, looks like we're gonna do it all today, right now. When you're pushing up against actual linemen, your recovery day the next day is a bit less than you were expecting. Plus, what you guys saw yesterday in that video was tons of missed reps. Like, I think I recorded at least 4 gigabytes or something like that. It was just here, just let the camera run. That's like 35 minutes or something like that. You guys missed so much. Just rep after rep after rep after rep. Rep after rep. Now my chest is, that's my fingers, not sweat. But these are becoming more prominent. I think I'm going to put, I got 20s on here. I'm doing narrow grip. So like 1 thumb out from this center bar. And so, yeah, and I'm slow up. And so, yeah, it's kind of going as many as I can until I start feeling my arms shake a little bit. Not probably good for this one, but there's someone downstairs that's doing the thing, so that's why I'm up here rather than doing a little bit of the physio down there, because but this is a good tricep workout, because this is how you work the bicep or the pec. Not, I mean, this helps, but it's when you're out here and you push up, whereas this is tricep extension stuff. I'm losing my mind because I've eaten a slice of bread with butter, with cheese, what on it, and then a bunch of coffee, and then like a handful of nacho cheese Doritos. I'm tired. I've had like 4 hours of sleep because Aaron got a call in the middle of the night on his Google Voice number. People wondering about a car he hasn't had his name on. And it's probably junked at this point. It's extended warranty. Okay, we're gonna do shoulders. I can go heavy on shoulders. There's not really, I already did incline press. 20 kilos, 1, 2, 3, push. So that's why. Try to do 50 kilos. This long. You guys are at a weird angle. Very narrow. Kilos is nothing. I mean, it is something. I don't want to. So 20 kilos is 45 pounds. It would make 40 kilos, 2 plates. Am I seriously at 50 kilos? It's literally 50 kilos. Let's try 55. Here's my phone, just so I know. 55 kilos, 2 pounds. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it also sounds like a lot. I mean, it's considering it's just on my shoulders. It's just, you know, like I said, just on my shoulders. I'm gonna stop recording, and I'm gonna finish off the rest of the day. It's 12:30 now. Literally, Olympics is starting up here. The opening ceremony will start in like 2 minutes. So I told Aaron if I'm home by like 1, the March of the Nations will happen, and then the actual opening ceremony. But I can also rewatch the beginning on YouTube because it's going to be there because money, 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 money from the Olympic Committee. Okie dokie. We're going to Porterhouse for dinner. We will discuss more when we get there, but we watched, basically when I got home from the gym, I came in and Azerbaijan was going through the Parade of Nations. And I was like, it's been so long since I'd watched an Olympics, I forgot whether or not the show was before or after. And I'm thoroughly convinced that it changes. Because I remember when we were watching it G351, we watched the whole thing, and then I was like, oh, it's the Parade of Nations, let's go have a cigarette.
I don't think so, because like you said, it was a really good point. They aren't going to make the athletes miss the opening ceremonies because they were pre-staged to walk.
Yeah, so we will talk more about all of the wonderful things that happened during that one. If you guys saw my TikTok from yesterday, you'll understand a bit of what's going to come in this video. There's going to be more because I didn't want to... Yes, we had... Even Aaron, in the middle of work, turned around and said, oh my God, really? And looked at the television screen because of the music.
I really only speak English, and this is surreal.
Well, you guys just saw that. Yeah, you guys are at a drastically, this is me looking straight forward. You guys are tilted way up. That is a 5-story building. Anyways, yeah, you guys just saw that TikTok. Actually, get a little further away. Does this help? A little bit better. Anyways, yeah, so... Booze. Anyways, yeah, so they're replaying it for the primetime audience because we watched it in the mid-afternoon, and it was a trip because the Japanese was happening on as they were announcing things, and then the Dutch announcers were speaking Dutch. But every time they said something in Japanese, they put Dutch subtitles down. So it didn't help. The only time we actually really knew what was going on is when, one, the English announcer would yell the name of the countries, and Aaron, in all of his wonderful things, has something to say about her.
She sounds like the TikTok voice.
So, like, name a country and say it in her voice.
Netherlands.
Yeah, and then the Japanese voice is very typical, like, Niederlonsa. You know, doing that, like, you'd expect a really stuffy George Takei to talk like that. Niederlonsa. And you're like, okay, that's really fine. But, like, the Parade of Nations was great, and I came in at, like, Azerbaijan, so I knew we had a lot more to go. Because even they have a different... there's something about the order, and it is in the alphabet of the host country, except the last country is the host country, and the first country is last year's? I know there's a weird thing about that one, but then they ran in the Japanese alphabet, so we were getting the weirdest things.
Not only does it not transliterate well,
like Yemen and Egypt were right next to each other, and to hear the Dutch call that Egypten, I'm like, wow. Wow, guys. Ukraine. Oh my God, guys. But it was interesting to hear them talk about certain areas, and just kind of whether or not they said certain things about them. Like they went nuts for Frankrijk, Belgium, and Nederlands. They also talked about Duitsland, but that's when you hear Duitsland. I'm like, you guys really like saying the word Duitsland. Understandable, but the actual like event was actually pretty interesting because they were TV camera, like video.
There was a TV production skit going on the whole time.
Yeah, and they had like, they obviously had their thing. They didn't present rings, probably because they couldn't orchestrate as much stuff together as they probably would have wanted to. Our food's coming. We're like the only people inside the restaurant.
Cheeseburger.
The thing that was really tripping us up is I'm sitting here making lunch because you guys know I didn't eat anything. I had like bread and cheese, and then I went to the gym. I didn't even have a protein shake because I was running a little bit later than I wanted to. Turns out everything was fine. You longtime viewers know. If I'm actually running late to something, everything's going to happen exactly on time. Yeah, anxiety. So like I said, I get home, I actually missed the tram, and then I had to wait for the bus like for 10 minutes. So I like missed the transit stuff. I probably would have hit the entire thing if I'd have come home at normal schedules of transit. Now, this is all going to be about the music because the presentation was great. The whole like inclusivity speech thing that happened, which was all in English, because it was, I don't know, they had a whole inclusivity thing, and yeah, that kind of a thing we need to worry about right now. The thing that was getting us was our soundtrack. I'm in the middle of making sandwiches and heating up soup so I can eat actual lunch. And I'm looking at Aaron, I'm like, is this the Jurassic Park theme? Are they literally playing a bullshit version of the Jurassic Park theme? And countries are rolling by and we're looking and we're listening to this thing and I just look at it and I'm like, do you hear that? Because it's just like I hear the little bum, 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 bum. I expect it. And then it goes quiet for a little while. We're listening to more countries. Like Greece comes by. Everything's cool. And I look at her and I'm like, am I now hearing like Star Wars theme? And
I thought, what? Did they get John Williams to write their March of Countries song?
Or James Horner or whatever. Yeah. Like, whoever does like the massive soundtracks that we're all really used to. I continue making sandwiches. I'm pouring my soup. I'm pouring the water into my soup. And I just bolt over to the middle of the living room. And I'm like, bum, 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 bum. And I froze. And I did it faster than the actual song was playing, but I was doing that. And it literally played those exact tones afterwards. And Aaron's like, he had that. How did you know that? I'm like, I don't know what this is.
And at the same time, I'm thinking through all of these, I recognize this music, but I don't know what it is. I can't place it.
And so I'm sitting here like, what's going on? What are we doing? How's it? Huh? And eventually I get all my food ready to go, and I'm like, well, I don't need to eat right now. So I walk into the bedroom to get away from all the other sounds, because I know that Soundhound's going to get all SoundCloud or whatever I use. Or no, I use Google. Making sure it didn't activate. So I was just making sure that, and so I went into the room, had it all quiet, and I went, and I was absolutely, and then it came up and it was just like Chrono Trigger. I'm like, oh my god, it's a Chrono Trigger theme. That's why I know it. I played the living crap out of it. And then it came around because there's only a number of songs and they kept playing it because there's a jabillion countries and they had, I think we found the playlist was like 16 songs.
Yeah.
And so it came around and I'm just like, it's not Chrono Trigger because I listened to it on my phone. I'm like, what? I have, if you guys know the soundtrack, I have Nintendo music now searched completely. My suggested songs is going to be like, would you like to listen to the Super Mario 3 theme song remix by Finnish heavy metal band? Like, that would be interesting, but no thank you. I'm getting weird suggestions now. But it's actually Frog's theme. Which I love Frog, and I love his theme because I had an overclocked remix from a long time ago. Like, this was before the days of Napster. Like, I had to go to a website, and I was probably downloading a jabillion viruses just to get this song, and it was great. I think it's still somewhere on my computer, because I also have... somewhere. I could probably find it. I have it and another song somewhere in my cache of music that was on Google Music, but is now somewhere else. My phone could probably search for it. Anyways, that's not the point. But the whole thing was video game music. And then I was just like, but I want to get to eat here and that's up. So we're just sitting here watching. We all know it's video game music. I'm listening to various things. I'm like, oh yeah, there's Robo's theme. Oh yeah, there's this. Oh yeah, there's that. And then Aaron turns around from his computer.
Because I've been working this whole time, writing code, and I just stop, turn around. Are you kidding me?
Because he doesn't play these games, but he recognized the Final Fantasy and not the. Okay.
That's like odd.
But it wasn't the actual one that everyone knows from Final Fantasy VII, which is the one that's usually played very much, which is that borderline like 16-bit. But it's a and they're playing that, and I'm just like, now I have Nintendo game music stuck in my head. Because, you know, of course, Japan. It's actually a really refreshing evening.
Yeah, it's nice.
It might be one of those that we just sort of walk past the apartment and go around the thing. Is there anything you need from Albert Heijn? Just that you know of?
No.
Do I need anything? I'll swing by there. I should probably pick up something to Munchie tomorrow morning because Aaron's going to sleep in. So then I should probably eat something before I go to my prick thing.
Yeah.
So I need to get some semblance of breakfast because I have no cheese, but I have bread. But that's going to make me sad. So.
Not eating bread, just to be clear. It's the not having cheese that would make you sad.
Or, I mean, I could put butter on it, but that's me. Actually, I could probably use the butter and the bread and a bit of the speculoos bolliches. Sugar, bread, fat. I probably need something more to drink because the only thing I have to drink at home if we watch anything on Netflix or anything tonight is beer, and I don't want to drink more beer. And water is meh. So I'm going to swing by and get something like carbonated tea or something like that. And then whatever. Man, Freddy Fridays is super busy. Like
Always.
Yeah.
But often.
But now that they have put more tables outside so they could get, you know, their terrace open. I mean, before we weren't seeing before Corona they had no tables outside.
No, they had one or two.
Oh yeah, they had one on this street, but they didn't have the ones that were over there. But it's basically bucket o' fries with crap on top of it. Take your pick.
Amazing.
Yeah. They do have a nachos, but it's
over fries.
It's over fries, and that's still fine for me. But it's vegetarian. We saw a blind couple.
Both had their six.
And I was like, are you guys having are you dueling detection? Because they were just one, like the girl on the left had they had their canes in their outside hand, but their inside hands were holding each other, and they were just giggling back and forth, and I was just like, in all my years in the States, I never saw that. So, to be fair, we do live in a tourist area, and it's possible that, they came here to experience what they can of Amsterdam. So, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna enjoy the evening.